And it also leaves the option of deleting everything from what's considered today and everything that's considered today and yesterday. And again, if either of those options were the case, we'd have much less information than what we have, and we wouldn't see this staggering of timestamps that we see here where the information was deleted. Ultimately, I wasn't able to say what caused these deletions at these particular times, but I'm confident that it wasn't as the result of user interaction. That's something that was brought on purpose.
Mr. Wethen, I have a couple questions about your analysis and your opinions.
Yes.
You showed us a tab that was opened at 2:27:40, and it had something to do with Hockomock Sports.
Yes.
In your opinion, to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty, was that the same tab, that 2:27:40 tab open for Hockomock Sports, was that the same tab that later was used for searches or attempted searches at 6:23:51 and at 6:24 relative to how long or how's long to die in cold?
I believe it was, yes.
Does your opinion, is it based on your analysis of reports generated by software like Celebrite?
Objection, Your Honor.
Sustained as to form.
Was your opinion limited to analysis of reports generated by companies like Celebrite or Axiom?
It wasn't, no. I went into the data, looked at the various different databases, different files that were in use, tested it across many different devices to make sure that my understanding and analysis of it was correct.
In addition to your opinion that the two searches at 6:23 and 6:24 occurred at that time as opposed to 2:27:40, did you also, when analyzing the data, come to an opinion whether or not either of those searches actually connected and produced results?
If either of those searches had connected, the information would have been written into the history database. The fact that it wasn't in the history database strongly suggests it never completely loaded. And the fact that there is no title information on the browser state tab as well also suggests it never loaded.
And finally, those attempted searches at 6:23, 6:24, you mentioned that information at some point was deleted from the phone?
The only records that were deleted were the browser state database records. Yeah, they were deleted from the device.
Do you have an opinion to a reasonable degree of scientific certainty whether or not that information was removed as a natural application of the phone, or was it because somebody took the phone and actually deleted it by hand?
So again, I don't believe it's possible, given the situation and the information that's available, that it would have been possible for the user to delete it. I believe it was more than likely a system event that caused that, but I've not been able to replicate that system event.